Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the recording time of 4:31 p.m. on Eastern Time on June 10th on Friday. It's my last meeting, by the way. A lot happened today with respect to over crypto market and the equity market. You could see that obviously with bright red with respect to the inflationary report that came out early this morning at 8:30 a.m. on the Eastern Time with respect to the CPI report. Obviously is the historical high number in comparisons to Wall Street expectation. It's already been an aggressive assumption, but it seems like we have exceeded that what already was an aggressive assumption by 8.6%, hitting a 40-year high on an inflationary perspective. And with that negative catalyst, obviously drive the whole crypto market and the equity market to go down. On the Dow Jones, down about 3%, S&P down about 3%, Nasdaq's even worse, down about close to 4%, Russell down about 3% respectively, while VIX is up about 6.4%. At the same time, with respect to the interest, the yields, right, the 10 years yields has at one point reached about 3.17%, which is again astronomical, and also with respect to the 2 years yield reaching above 2.9% as well. So just astronomical number across the board, right? As I'm seeing the breaking news as of just like it came out about like 15 minutes ago. Seems like Tesla is doing a stock split 3-1. So for 1 shares of stock, it will be divided up to 3 stocks. You don't get more stocks, but just that it will be divided according to the ratio of the shares outstanding in that respect, right? So with a stock split, it should translate into buying pressure. So in the post-market perspective, you're seeing some sort of a revival already, up about 1.3% so far. Great. I am holding Tesla, so great news for me. But kind of a wash type of thing because like it's been selling off the whole entire day. So it's kind of been a mixed day for Tesla specifically, but across the market, still selling off, right? And with respect to the technical front, this is something we know. That we're still in a bear trend, still in a downward escalator, going down on the incremental staircase level. And also with respect to the technical, we also understand that the MACD needs to cross down and then cross up. So 1650 is a level being held on by the threat at the moment. We need to go down further to allow and re-incentivize the market to recuperate back up again. And in respect to something that we understand is that there are a lot of people utilizing leverage to be buying crypto, right? So we hope that we get to a certain level that a lot of investors don't get resulted into a margin call, which can cause a large liquidation event to happen across the market. Ultimately, we need to understand the leverage ratio, right? How much are people actually utilizing actual cash to be buying crypto versus people just like leverage 5x, 10x to be buying like Altcoin or Ethereum specifically. Because if we reach a certain level and get margin call, a lot of people are going to be liquidated and sell on a loss on the being forced to do so, obviously, right? So let's just dive into technical to see what's going on right now. Obviously, a lot of negative news today. Beside one, I guess, pseudo positive. With respect to Tesla stock split, but beside that, we still waiting on the next confirmatory signal, which is the FOMC meeting. But we know based on today's report, we are going to be walking into the meeting in a relatively heightened note, if you may. So just be mindful, be careful, especially combined with today's as a Friday and weekend affectation. Doesn't really convey a lot of confidence as we walking into the weekend, right? So let's just dive into technical. It doesn't really change a lot based on our morning verbiage. It seems like everything that we've been talking about is kind of progressively coming into realization. I'm not saying I'm a wizard, but just like the technical has been indicating this. So let's just reframe ourselves to expect what will be coming shortly. So with respect to recording time of 4:35 p.m. on the Eastern Time. So right now we're basically in between levels, trying to recuperate a little bit at 1680 above the 1650, which is a level of non-substantive consolidated level. The next level going down will be somewhere around 1550, right? So I think the like of actually going to 1550 would be likely. But after 1550, we have some way to go down to 1450. Obviously, the flat numbers. But until like we see like what's the next logical level of support, would be somewhere around like, let's just take a look at it real quick, right? And I'm going like really long time ago. Ideally, somewhere around like the 1250 would be some level of support. But if we break the level of support, the next really consolidated level on the lower extremity would be somewhere around like the 1000 level, which is at the bottom of the 1000 level will be 950, 960. Okay, so something to think about. That if we see some sort of a flash crash, right, consecutive of negative news with respect to the FOMC meeting, that we are going to be raising the interest rates, combined with the leverage, sticky situation that we're in right now, contingent on the leverage ratio again. If all of those kind of check out, we're going to see some, relatively sizable sell-off. Similar to the Luna effect that we saw earlier, right? We see that as the Luna incident happened, obviously it's not direct correlation to Ethereum, but because it drove some like stir into the market psychologically, it drove down by 3 crash levels, right? 1, 2, 3. So if we see something similar, that could technically happen, right? 3 to 4 levels down. Especially, knowing the fact that we might hear some more lingering affectation around the regulatory bills that the Fed is working on right now as well by the 2 senators. So that's also something that you also want to think about, right? But in the foreshadow perspective, nothing really positive, right? Let's just put it this way, okay? In respect to Bitcoin, down about 3% so far. I think ideally crossing down first and then cross back up. So I think seeing 28,500 all the way to 25,000 is very logical, unfortunately. For Classic at 20,000 at the moment, I think selling down all the way to, from $18 all the way to $15 very logical based on the current setup. We need to cross down and cross up. Dogecoin down about 5% so far at 7 cents. Like, we're in the mid 7s right now. Like, high 7s to low 7s would be the good frame to DCA. We need to cross down and cross up. Cardano down about 8% so far. As you get further down back into the low 40s, right? So anywhere from like 45 downwards, logical to DCA. Solana is down about 6% so far at $37. I would say like right now, we are still bouncing at the current setup, with respect to the technical level. But I think breaking below 38 to like 35, all the flat numbers to even 33 is possible based on current setup. We need to cross down and cross up, right? XRP down about 4% so far at 38 cents. Again, like the flat numbers, right? I'm not sure what's going. Okay, there we go. Like as we go further down, like all the level of 35, 30 respectively. Polkadot's down about 5% so far. I don't know what's happening with respect to this. Yeah, it's so slow. I think my computer's overheated or something. Like anywhere from below, right, the low 8 all the way to $7. Like, you need to cross down and cross up. Algorand's down about 8% so far at 37 cents. You need to cross down and cross up, so anywhere from basically 35 cents below would be logical with DCA. For Shiba Inu, we need to go down further from basically as we break 1,000, you need to reach somewhere around like the 900s, right? So as you break below the 4 digits to the 3 digits, I think that's a logical level of DCA. And then MATIC is down about 4.5% so far at 60 cents at the moment. Like the low 50 cents, right? So you break below 50 cents, 50, 45 respectively. And lastly for AVAX, down about 8% so far. It's trading on the flat number, so 20 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents from there. Okay, so on a technical front, also on the macro front, it's all negative, so something we're expecting. So walking into next week, mentally prepare yourself on what's expected. Okay? Well, that's really, it's not pretty, and it's quite ugly actually, but it is what it is. We're going to get worse from here, unfortunately, and I'm being relatively honest and blunt with you. But hopefully this is helpful, and let me know if you have any questions. Appreciate you.